You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
The Tilton Talk Show on srbradio.com.
We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day.
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show on a Monday night, recorded live here for Facebook and also recorded ready for tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on 107.5 FM and DAB Digital Radio. Sponsored by Image Cleaning, and this month in conjunction with Crohn's and Colitis with Tracy and Bradley Hemming. So the trip across the A38 saw Blues take a well-deserved lead, only end up losing the game 4-2. Once again, the thickness of the post could so easily have changed the game, and I think at 2-0 their fans would have turned. However, it's not about ifs and buts, it's all about the end game and the final score. So once again, us Blues fans will take that on the chin, stand tall, stand proud, and always get behind our team, win, lose or draw. It's Millwall Wednesday night, and now we need to get back on track, get the injured players back and do what we do best. It's all about tonight now, so strap yourselves in once again and get ready for the ride on the world's one and only Tilton Talk Show.
Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the Blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show with myself, Mr. Fun.
Good evening,
Mrs. Brown, and Paul Hipkiss. Welcome back to the show, mate. Nice to meet you.
Good evening, and you, Nick.
Thanks again for coming in. You stepped in last time when I couldn't get over, I think, for a work issue that I had, so thanks for that. No and welcome, thrice verily welcome. As we always start the front end of the show, Chris, with the ladies. Let's go with what happened over the weekend.
Yeah, so the original plan was that I was going up to
Liverpool.
Women,
sorry, not ladies.
Yes, Blues women, yeah. The original plan was that we'd go up to Liverpool, both feeling a bit under the weather this weekend, so we didn't go up in the end. But yeah, they came back from Prenton Park with another 2-0 win, sixth win of the season out of 9. Made a couple of changes. Hannah Hampton came in goal. Connie Schofield started, so we're getting the younger players a fair bit of game time at the moment. And Emma Follis 3-3 now, and Connie Schofield getting her first goal.
Amazing
for Blues as well, which was fantastic. Really good goal as well. Took it really nicely with her left foot. Yeah, and from what I've read from people who were there, sounds like we were in full control. Played the way we like to play, and never really looked under any threat. Should have scored a couple more as well. But yeah, another 3 points, up to third in the table. Chelsea didn't play, so up to third in the table, and with Yeovil coming next Sunday. Obviously you don't take any game for granted, but Yeovil, you'd be looking at that as another 3 points that we can pick up, so we could be ending the calendar year very nicely indeed. Yeah, very impressive from
excellent. Yeah, it's an impressive run of results I've gone on really throughout the course of the season. It's 6 out of 9. So
really winning good. 6 out of 9. That I think it's 6 clean sheets as well. So yeah, definitely 6 or 7. Maybe 7 clean sheets, in fact, actually. So full credit to them, and long may it continue.
Yep, nice one. Right, okay, got to say happy birthday to my brother Pete. It's his birthday in England tomorrow, but as he lives in New Zealand, it's his birthday now, so many happy returns of the day to you. And it was good to see you and your lovely wife, Tanya, in the summer, and hopefully we'll do it again soon. Right, that's that then. Okay, on to the game on Sunday. Where did you watch it for a start?
I was at home.
And Paul?
I was at a friend's house.
Friends?
Yeah.
You got friends?
It was my dad's best friend and his son.
Yeah.
We've known for a long time, and we went round there in Balsall Common and watched it with them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Chris, where did you watch it?
Can I just say, I was at my daughter's house.
Yes.
And there were no football snacks.
No football snacks. Can I say that we come to your house every Monday and there are no football snacks? There are never any snacks
What is the
anymore.
big one?
We used to get wasabi peas at least, didn't we? Well, back in the day, back in the olden days.
We had
That we rejected.
we had cheese and onion cobs, so we were quite well looked after.
Oh, very nice. I just
So-
had beer. in the tradition of Mr. Floor. Right, yeah, so I watched it with my son and Sharon, his partner, and my granddaughter Ava, who's an avid blues fan at the age of 7. And yeah, that Djukovic goal was outstanding, world class. The way he peeled off and went and ran all the way around that area and then straight back in, boom. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm really, really impressed with that. A few minutes later, Adshare got that second one. I think that could have been game over. It could have been. I didn't say it would have been because we can't go on ifs and buts, as we said. Could have, would have, should have, absolutely. But having said that, to then go them 2 goals down, that hurt. But like I said, we'll take it on the chin. We'll rise above it. We'll rise above it because we're bigger. And we go again. We go again Wednesday night, Millwall.
We will go again on Wednesday night, yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, look, for the first half an hour, I thought we were comfortably the more organised, the biggest threat. Djukovic's goal. we looked dangerous from set pieces the whole game. I think, obviously we're looking at it from a Blues perspective, but if I was a neutral watching that game, I'll be looking at that and saying that's the way to get goals against Villa. Because from set pieces we look dangerous the whole way through. And obviously we get the goal from it. We had the one earlier when Juki flicked it on at the near post and Harley Dean makes that run a second and a half too late. So we've got, and Djukovic gets the opener from the corner. And as you say, the thing with Blues, I said it last week. After the whole game, we will never be. It will never be game over with Blues.
Never.
Because we're not good enough. No. We're not good enough to control a game of football. The players that we've got on the pitch, are not good enough to say, right, we'll keep the ball for 10 minutes, we'll kill the game dead, and that'll be it. So even if we would have gone 2-0, it's a lick of a post, isn't it? And it's so unfortunate.
Well, they hit the post on the penalty and it goes in. We hit the post and it comes out.
I mean, Gardner's got. I've read a few things about Gardner. He's got quite a bit of stick after the game, but I think in the first half, I thought he had a really good game.
Half, yeah.
I thought he had a really good game first half. He's whipped a brilliant ball in, and Chase stuck a leg out. And as you say, you are that close to going 2-0 up at Villa. I think the crowd would have got on their back, but as I say, we're not the kind of team that can keep the ball and kill a game. So it wouldn't have been game over. But what it would have done is it would have meant that they would have had to have come all guns blazing, gung ho at us, which would have given us a lot more opportunity to get to attack them as well on the counter attack, which would have played into our hands. But so then you hit the post. 4 minutes later, you're 2-1 down, and it it destroyed us really. It just, you could see it in the players. They were so close to being 2-0 up.
Yep.
And then you're 2-1 down, and you think, we've got to start again now. We've got to go again, and then a goal very quickly after half time as well, which doesn't help.
No, but like I said, we. I think we're a better set of supporters of the city, less fickle. We know what we are. We know what we're about, and it's all about Wednesday. We've put that behind us. It's done. It's gone. You can't change it.
No,
we go again. Go again. That's it. Them's the rules.
Yeah, I just hope we react well now after after that defeat. It's obviously it's obviously never the greatest losing to your local rivals, but you've got to move on, put it behind you, and get on to the next game. And luckily for us, thank God we haven't got an international break now. We've got to wait 2 weeks.
What, to dwell on it?
At least we've got a game Wednesday night to put it right, to get back on track again. But what's worrying me is the depth of the squad now. Obviously, we are, Villa make a change. They've got another good player to come on, whereas us, obviously, we're bringing kids on, so
that's what it is,
we are struggling a bit, aren't we, with the depth.
We've said this all season, over a 46 game season, you are going to be seriously fortunate if you don't have 8 to 12 injuries over the course of that season. We can't afford 3 players to be out at the same time.
That's right.
And we're without Magoma, Hotter, and Gary Gardner. And when you
we certainly missed Hotter and Gary Gardner, didn't we?
Yeah, of course. And Magoma was, a fit Magoma. That. Listen, we've played enough this season. We went 11, 12 unbeaten, whatever it was. And for the vast majority of that, Magoma, Hotter, and Gary Gardner all started in that midfield. You're missing 3 of your main midfield.
And Davis is out, of course.
And Davis has been out without all season. Vassell we've missed all season. So
there's 5 already.
It's difficult to match the standards that you have been. I think the disappointing thing is that we had got that for the first half an hour. We were
by far the better team. We were.
It didn't come across that way on the Sky commentary, but obviously that's horrendously biased towards the home team on the day. But nobody can tell me that we were anything but the more organised, the team with the game plan and the bigger threat. You look at all the players on that pitch. We were the bigger threat in that first half hour.
Absolutely.
Even Lee Hendry said he didn't. I don't know if you saw what Lee Hendry said. He said he thought.
Try not to listen to Lee Hendry.
To be fair to him, he did say.
I think he's done himself no favours with his little video.
Oh, did he do a video?
Did he?
Did he? Oh, I ain't seen that. But he did say after the game that he thought that they were dead and buried. Like when we hit the post. That goes in. He would have thought that they would have been dead and buried.
He's behind a window.
He even said that himself.
4-2 to the Blues fans.
Oh, okay.
As Kevin Kelly said, simple facts of the matter: AV squad of 25 valued at 98 million, whilst Blue squad 26 players valued at 24 million. That's the base fact. The thin squad, lack of regular investment, and owners who are unknown and naive.
That is I'm certain that is a fact. Their squad would be valued a hell of a lot more than ours.
Oh, absolutely.
But if we just went on that, what's the point in playing? The reality is their squad is better than ours on paper. The reality is their squad is worth more than ours on paper, and they've got better players to come off the bench than we had on the day. But goals change games, and we made individual mistakes defensively, but we were so close to going 2-0 up, which I felt maybe biased, but I felt 2-0 would have been a just scoreline after the first 30 odd minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. As Paul, you said it before the show started, though. It's 18 games in now.
Yes,
18 games
so,
in, and we're 3 points behind them. 98 million versus 26.
Well, you can't. We haven't won in 3 now, but the reality is everybody. Look at the way we were last season. Everybody would have took the position we're in now.
Absolutely, yeah.
At the start of the season, if you were offered on day one, that morning of the Norwich game, if you were offered this position
to lose that game yesterday,
don't worry about the game yesterday. Okay. If you were offered the position we're in now after 18 games.
Yeah, you snapped your hand off.
You would have absolutely taken that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. We were bottom of this time last year. We were bottom of the championship.
Yeah.
So we have come leaps and bounds since then. There's been huge improvements, hasn't there? Massive.
Yes. Mark Yates says, according to Moxie, right, the panel sits in February. This is the FFP panel. Yeah. If true, then I think this is a deliberate attempt to stop us signing players and give us no room to deal with an appeal.
It's just perfect, isn't it?
What a scenario.
We'll do it in Feb. So
what a scenario.
January becomes the same horror show that we've had over the last in the last transfer window.
Since you confirmed we'd signed Alex on.
Well, but it's another one that's out of our. There's nothing we can do about it. If it's mid-Feb, it's mid-Feb. They said at the start of the season, but they said at the start of the season, they said, "Here's your punishment. You're under an embargo. We've come out." We've done what we can, so you can buy 5. You can get 5 more players in. We've got 4, which, with my math, assuming nothing has changed in the last couple of months, we can get 1 more player in January within the restricted terms that the AFL have placed on us. And then, so we do that. Feb comes, whatever happens. Say they throw but this is what I said a couple of months ago. Say they decide they sit in mid-Feb. And they throw a 15-point deduction on us. We'll appeal that. We're not going to roll over and say, yes, Your Honour. We'll appeal that. That's not going to be solved within 3 months.
No.
This issue isn't going to be solved within 3 months. There's no way we're getting a points deduction on us this season.
What's the situation if we was to sell any players? God forbid, obviously, if Hotter and Adams went in January and we're only allowed to sign one, then surely they can't see us damage us like that. Surely,
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah,
look at the amount of damage they're currently doing to us.
Let's say I don't know, Dean, Adams, and Hotter was to be sold in January, and we can only bring one player in.
Or any of these other clubs that are supposedly under FFP? Are they under embargo?
Nobody apparently is.
Nobody knows.
How Derby aren't, I'll never know, because Derby have been in this division for a long time now, and it seems like the last 6-7 years they've decided to try and suspend their way to promotion. So how they're not in, how they haven't broken FFP rules, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look at them across the road. You're telling me if they don't get promoted this season that. I mean,
I don't know. See, this is what I don't know whether the new owners that have come in.
Well, no, but it's not. It doesn't matter how much your owners are worth. We've got owners who are willing to put money in, but the rules and regulations say they can't.
Sorry, just got a bit of breaking news coming in. Eddie Wolfenhome, referee's assessor, has collapsed in the tunnel at the Newcastle game tonight, and the match has been delayed until 8:30.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Get well soon. Get well soon. Never nice to hear those kind of things. And thanks for Dennis for the update on that one. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so the FFP is going to hit teams really hard, and it's probably next season. And whatever we're going through, I would not be surprised to see 8 to a dozen teams going through the same. If you don't get promoted, only 3 teams can go up. There's a hell of a lot of money being splashed around this division. Only 3 can go up.
And Kev Stav Smith says the EFL and FFP looking after the money teams in the league. They are trying to destroy other.
They are not looking after the money teams in this league. Let me tell you. No, why that TV deal?
Well,
they're not looking after.
Was it
595 million over 5 years? 80% of that is Championship.
What's going to happen in
16%? 5 years. Look how much the Premier League revenue has gone up in 5 years. They've signed a deal for 120 million a season. This is what on earth is that?
Not a lot, is it?
We had a conversation about the European Super League breakaway not long ago.
Yes.
This is more realistic. A Premier League 2 breakaway. That's a hell of a lot more realistic than a European Super League breakaway.
Do you think it's going to happen, Paul?
No. I can't see it.
You don't think it's going to happen? I really do think it's going to happen.
The breakaway league?
Yes, I do.
You
Leeds, Forest,
Derby.
Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Villa, Middlesbrough.
Us.
All these teams.
And us.
They are, as I said, 3 teams a season can go up. Next season, whoever comes down from the Premier League, all the revenue that they've got available to them from the Premier League, all of these teams in this division are going to get sick and tired of Bournemouth. No disrespect to them. Bournemouth, Burnley, Watford, Huddersfield, all going out and spending £25 million on players because of the amount of money that you can get from the Premier League, from being a member of the Premier League. You're a member of the EFL, you are getting peanuts in this division. Amount of times, I could almost feel sorry for him if it wasn't who it was, but them across the road, Leeds, how many times are they on telly?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're always
every weeknight game. This season, every weeknight game is now available on the red button. How much revenue are clubs losing over this?
Absolutely.
And then the EFL go and sign a deal for what for Championship clubs is 100 million a season between 24 teams.
I think they need to look at the financial side of it in the whole game, not just obviously in our division, in Premier League as well. Obviously, it's ridiculous. I mean, you got kids pulling up in Bentleys that haven't even played a first team game yet.
Yeah,
buying mansions for
that's
5
whose
million
fault
or whatever.
Is that's you can't argue it. If you're the Premier League, you've got this unbelievable brand that you can sell to TV companies all around the world. What you're not going to say, well, actually, fair's fair.
No.
We'll probably just have a little bit this year.
No.
You're going to get the best that you can possibly get.
Yeah.
And this Richard, there's the recent Richard Scudamore payoff £250,000 every Premier League club had to pay for Richard Scudamore's golden
Scandalous.
handshake. It's not scandalous. It's not scandalous. The 250,000 Man United have got to give £250,000 to Richard Scudamore, a man that has worked for the Premier League for 20 years. Look at what he has done for the Premier League over the last 20 years.
Yeah, but he's been on millions. I think that money could go to grassroots.
Nowhere near. Near as much. He has earned nowhere near as much as if they went and got consultants in and paid outside consultants to do that work, to sell the Premier League. The work he has done, the money he has made, every single Premier League club, £250,000 is peanuts.
But it's not to grassroots.
It's not to grassroots. It's not to grassroots. And we'd love it to go to grassroots. But the reality is, if 20 people that we, us, how many have we got in here? 4?
Yeah.
Plus 16 others worked in an office, and over the last 5 years, being a member of that office meant that we earned £150 million. I think, and my boss was leaving, and our boss was leaving. I'd be happy to give him £250,000 actually.
Controversial one, isn't it?
Thanks very much.
Yeah, but it's
over 10 years.
It is scandalous. He's had a wage for doing that.
Over 10 years ago, to be a part of our 20-person office would get us £30 million. 10 years later, we're on £150 million just for being part of that office, part of this group. And our boss has sold that. So actually,
well, your boss has done a good job. That's what he's
he's
been paid
done an
for.
amazing job.
He's been paid for it.
Nowhere,
he's been paid for
nowhere near as much as he could, as outside consultants would have been paid for it. That's the point. He has been the head of that.
But he signed the deal.
Yeah, he has been the head.
But he's only a figurehead. You could have put
But
somebody thick like
he's
Jack
been
Grealish.
working for it for 20 odd years. The Premier League. He's been the chief exec for the last 5. Look how much the TV revenues deals have gone up over the last 5 years.
I think the point for me is he doesn't need the money, does he? He's earned a lot of money, and there's grassroots football on its knees.
Business, isn't it?
There's grassroots.
You should donate it.
You've got
The figureheads of massive companies get paid well, but they get paid well because look at what they've done for those big companies. The Premier League is arguably the most saleable.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's the most profitable
business to sell to anything.
Yeah,
people are falling over. Companies are falling over each other to buy Premier League TV rights.
Yeah, Paul Gill.
And this is boring because we've been going on for 15 minutes about the Premier League and it's the Blues talk show. But I'll drag it back to the EFL. Look at the difference. £150 million Huddersfield get for being part of the Premier League.
Yeah,
the EFL signed a deal for 5 years where much bigger clubs than Huddersfield and Bournemouth and Watford will now get less than £100 million per season.
I don't agree with that side.
For the whole league, not just for them.
Yeah,
and
it's an interesting subject.
And that is why I think the likes of Blues and Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, attendances of over 35,000. These big clubs they're going to get fed up.
Yep. Yeah, Paul Gill said here Hartlepool will go in bust due to needing 200,000, only saved by Jeff Stelling and his consortium.
Chester went bust.
Yeah.
Loads of teams are going bust. I'm not saying the money could not be used better. All I'm saying is this is a Premier League issue. The Premier League has become such a beast.
As you can imagine, there's going to be a few interjections.
That's an interjection.
Yeah.
I got that one this week.
Yeah, no, I keep telling you.
I got it. That's why I didn't question it.
Chris, you've lost perspective. Theresa May earns $149,000 a year.
Yeah.
She runs the country.
I know. I'm not. But who's trying to sell the country? Nobody's selling the country.
Craig Courtney wants to know, Mr. Fun, would you parachute jump for 250,000?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. You're not kidding.
It comes up every week
Without a parachute.
And the best one, we all work for free.
We do this for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Said Mr. Portman. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Grand. Anyway, on to other things.
Yes.
We've done that much death now.
Yeah.
Really pleased to be a part of the diversity event at St George's Park on Friday. Thanks for everybody that took part in that one. And Blues played 3, lost 2, 1-1.
Okay.
So we did all right. They did all right. Man, it was cold.
Yeah.
That place is supposed to be climate controlled.
Was you in like the big dome?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freezing in there. Yeah, I played there last year.
Minus. And it was Nescafe coffee. All the millions.
No Bovril.
No Bovril.
No Bovril!
No Bovril. There was you had a choice of Nescafe coffee, tea, or
Other coffee brands are available.
they may have been, but I can tell when it's Nescafe, mate, because I can't stand the stuff. But it was funny. No, it
I'm
was a
not
great
sure
day.
we're allowed to advertise.
Sorry,
Are we allowed
No
to?
advertising.
advertising.
We're on
Yeah.
Switch FM 107.5.
We're not on Switch.
107.5.
We're not. Switch Radio.
Sorry, Switch
I've been told
Radio.
to tell you off about that.
Apologies. Switch Radio 107.5 FM and DAB.
Thank you.
Going across the
You
West.
can't be advertising coffee brands
No, okay.
On-
I take it back.
on DAB radio.
No problem at all. They had Nath coffee.
Yeah.
All the millions they've got, and they could have at least put some percolating on. You know what I mean? A bit of decency.
I actually like this cafe.
Oh, Chris, it really was cold. And apologies for not taking the SIM card in the microphone.
You mean this one?
That one, yes.
Can I rewind back to Sunday again?
Even though I did say is the SIM card in it last week. Sorry, yes,
Nick.
of course you can, Paul.
Yeah, rewind back to Sunday. Was it
Yeah.
just me that was surprised to see Wes Harding at left back and Colin right back?
Yeah, no.
After the way they did so well last season with
On
Colin left back
exercise.
and Harding right back.
Yeah. No, we did mention it.
He looked a bit uncomfortable out there, didn't he, Wes? I must admit.
Yeah,
He's a
at
cracking
left
right
back.
back.
At
Cracking
left
right
back,
back.
he
But
looked. That's where the first 2 goals come from. And even though I can see why he's done it, because he did it. He's done it in the home games, hasn't he?
yeah, but he went
he
3
brought
centre
Harding
backs there,
on.
didn't he? Though he was like the left sided
Yes,
centre
yes,
back and
sort
pushed
of,
Pedersen
yeah,
up as like wing
yeah.
back. So
The way,
that worked
the
in
way
his
it actually
situation.
finished, with Colin right mid, Wes right back, and Pedersen left back, that might have been a better way to start it. Could
Possibly.
have put Mahoney on left side,
Yeah.
Colin right mid, and then Wes at right back, Pedersen at left back.
I just think the straight change for
Yeah.
Colin left back, Harding right back.
Yeah,
After
if that's the way you were going to do on Pedersen left wing,
mid and then
you
Mahoney
couldn't-
right mid. Because
Yeah.
I thought Mahoney did ever so well.
He was sharp, wasn't he? He was sharp.
Yeah, it
Mahoney
was. Yeah, I was
sharp,
surprised when he took
Yeah.
him off as well. To be
Yeah.
honest, I thought he was the main
Well, he sold
threat.
Taylor a couple of times, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely skinned him. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not criticising Gary Monk, obviously, but I do have to say, I wonder why he took him off, and
Yeah.
I wondered why he put Wes left back and Colin right back.
yeah,
Any news on the lad that got injured for him? Can't remember his name, but was it
Adoma.
Yes, Adoma.
Yeah.
absolutely no interest.
No,
whatsoever.
no interest, but I was just wondering. You know,
Sorry, sorry.
But yeah,
Right, quite a few of you want me to tell you about my encounter I had on Friday night. I'll do that very shortly. But again, congratulations to everybody who took part in the St George's Park event. And then Bick managed to get himself from there up to the Jeff Horsfield event in Birmingham. And well done to everybody who took part in that one. There's so many great things going on around our club, aren't there? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I met Darren Purse as well, by the way.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, met Darren Purse and
Is he coming on?
He's coming in.
didn't get to meet him intimately.
For goodness sake!
We
he's,
give him one job.
He's down in Oxford.
One job we gave you.
Hope.
he was a good player, wasn't he, for us?
Yeah, brilliant.
I
Yeah.
like Darren Purse.
Yeah, I like Darren
He
Purse.
played in the
I used
Worthington
to-
Cup final, didn't he?
He
Yeah.
did.
And
He
I met
scored
him.
the
Scored the
penalty,
penalty.
and I for that after that for a long time. What was I? That was 2001.
2001,
So I've been
yeah.
12. So for as long as I can remember, after that. That was always my penalty routine. I would stand with my back to the ball, stand with my back to the ball, and then as soon as the referee would blow his whistle, that'd be it. Spin and shoot straight away. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, he used to.
Purely
I don't
because
think-
Percy did that. Yeah.
He was our penalty taker for a while, wasn't
Yeah.
he? I don't think he missed one, did he?
No. Okay, right. So Friday night, a gentleman who me and Chris met and had an encounter with about 8 or 9 months ago came to my hometown and performed his act in the club which I live above. Now, I got to know about him coming there, about 6 or 7 months ago, and I thought, I'm going to wait and have a little chat. So I waited and waited, and his show ended. Very successful, by all means, and he did it out of his own goodwill for charity, so can't knock him for that one. However, I thought, I'm going to have my little say. So I then was told that he'd left the building. Razor Ruddock has left the building. So I thought, okay, right, not going to get me to the moment. So I nipped to the loo. And then who should bound through the door? I looked in the mirror, was a great big Mr. Ruddock. And I thought, so I went outside the toilets. And as he came out, and I said, hello, mate. It's just, last time I met you was the Football Bloggers Awards down in Alexander Palace. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And I said, and you... I used the words that he used, but I obviously can't do them on here. And you called us...
What you'd call Jack Grealish.
Very derogatory.
Yes.
Yeah. Very derogatory word.
Not as bad as that.
Right? Yeah. And he was going, I don't use that word, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I said... And he said, anyway, how long have you been waiting outside the toilets for me? Because he was trying to change the subject. Last time a bloke was waiting outside the toilets was for me. It was yesterday, I think. I said, mate, I've been waiting in 9 months for you. And then after I reminded him, well, I didn't remind him, I told him that I lived upstairs. You should see it on the video. He squirms, right? And I said, I'm just pleased that you have been working underneath my feet all night long. Ta-ra. So, yes, I got him back. I got him back. And rightfully so, I think. He was quite vile, actually, that night, wasn't he, Chris?
It was, yeah.
Not a nice man. Not a nice man. Matthew Revel, Bovril is a brand. You cannot talk cheesy chips, pies, or any food. Then Team Mr. Fun is going to lose royalties for fast pay.
A yeast extract drink.
Yes. A popular local yeast extract drink.
Yes.
That tastes
popularised by
delicious.
Jasper Carey.
Matthew Revel, thank you so very much.
Just a dollop of pepper, sprinkling of pepper, 2 and a touch.
It gives me nightmares, Bovril, because when I was about 11...
use the word! Yeast extract drink! You invited for the second time, and what does he do? He's blowing the place away.
This is going to be
that drink that tastes a bit like gravy gives me a nightmare. It gives me nightmares, because I was in the main stand when I was about 11, something like that. And I got 2, one for me and my dad.
Yeah.
And I was walking across the main stand at the bottom on the floor in front of all the fans. Yeah. And I could not... I got so far in the old school main stand. Yeah. And I got as far as I could with them in my hands, and I just couldn't hold them anymore. And everyone was just going... No. So no one got up and helped me. They just cheered and laughed at me, dropped them on the floor. So, yeah, that gives me nightmares.
Beef tea.
Beef tea.
That's... Yes.
That will do. It will forever be known as beef tea.
Dear me. Millwall, this is going to be an interesting do on Wednesday, isn't it? Millwall away.
Yeah.
Coming off the back of this defeat as well, we've got to put a performance in.
Would you freshen the team up a bit, or...?
It depends. Do you know, is Hotter back? I don't know.
Well, we've got Gary Gardner back.
Yeah, Gardner has to come back in. That's not.
I mean, you've got Mark Roberts, who's not really featuring at all and much, and I don't know. Could you give maybe? I don't know. I don't want to.
I wouldn't rest either of the back two.
No. I'm just thinking the 10 goals in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Somebody might need a rest.
If a lot of it's been individual errors, though, hasn't it? That's why I said, about the system, about the shape on Sunday. I wouldn't have changed it. Easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't have changed the back line as much as we did.
No.
Because in reality, a lot of the goals we've been conceding have been individual mistakes rather than a problem with the back line, with the setup of it. I felt anyway. Certainly on Sunday, I thought that was the case.
I think we just need to close players down a lot quicker and just not give them much time and space to put across it.
Yeah.
They exposed their left-hand side on Sunday time after time after time, and we should have done something about that a lot earlier. Pedersen has played left midfield before,
but he's been growing. Every game it feels like he's been growing at left back.
Yeah.
In stature, learning his position, learning his role in that back four. And then I like Wes, and Wes was outstanding when he come in last season. But he had a tough game on Sunday, and it's easy to say in hindsight, as we've conceded 4 goals and the 2 of them come down the left hand side, but I felt Pedersen at left back would have been the safer bet.
Just so limited to what he's got, though. Isn't he?
That's the trouble. That's the trouble. You go on a streak of 3 games without winning, and everybody starts looking at it, going, "Okay, how can we freshen this up? Who can we bring in to make a difference?" Have a look at the bench. You haven't. Gary Gardner has to come back in. probably for Craig.
Yeah. Any chance of Hotter being fit?
Hotter may be fit.
Might
The
play
fact he
20,
didn't
that's
play
20 or
on
something.
Sunday, might come on the bench. Magoma came on, which suggests that he might start. But yeah, and then because then we got another game on Saturday against an informed Preston side as well. So
It's a shame though, isn't it? Because start of the season, first like 8 to 10 games, you know, we were solid at the back and we couldn't score.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, we're
No,
scoring for fun and we conceding.
it's a free for all.
Yeah. Not blues related, but just to let you know, the Insight mission to Mars has just landed.
Okay,
I thought you'd be impressed.
right. There you go then.
Can't
Congratulations.
say Mars.
Oh yeah, advertising chocolate bars,
Nice
mate.
nice one. Like it, do like it. Mark Andrews said he'd put Dan Scarr ahead of Roberts, and
I think that's harsh. But
Jim Owen says Millwall is a huge game. We need to bounce back with a convincing win. It would be good.
Jim Owen,
Fairly
our
good.
TV rights winner.
Yes, TV rights winner Jim Owen. Well done to you. What was that one for, Christopher?
I'll have a look, see if we're allowed to say it.
That might be advertising.
was that the Harry Redknapp one?
Yes, the Harry Redknapp.
Well, I was scandalous that I haven't won that, by the way.
I think mine was pretty good as well.
I thought mine was
a bit-
pretty good. We're going to have a row in here in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was
mine was
yours?
better.
I can't remember, but I remember typing it, chuckling away to myself, thinking, "You're a funny chap, Pure."
That's that good you can't remember.
Mine was
Mine was-
I'll have this show on FFP in no time at all.
Mine was to do with amicity, so I can't really.
Oh
It was a
no!
bit- yeah, it was a bit-
no!
yeah, no.
No, we're not going the blue. Can somebody read mine out and
No.
remind me how funny I am, please?
Tracy Hemmings is asking, do you think Vassell will be back this season? Let's hope so.
This season,
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to think so.
He's not far off. He's only apparently only about a month, so a couple of weeks.
But until he's back to hopefully back to how he was before he got injured, you know you're looking at you're looking at a good half a dozen 8 games to get back into his full swing.
I've had
so
ligaments done and they're never the same.
so if it's if he's back over Christmas. And then you're looking at 6 to 8 games. You're looking at maybe mid-Feb, end of Feb before we see.
Just in time for the Villa at home. It's written in the stars for him to get the winner in that, isn't it?
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I can read the Jim Owen. I think. Yeah, I can. Yeah. It says regarding the caption, you can never get the smell of Villa Park off your hands.
Oh, yeah. Nice one.
We say Villa Park.
Just going back to Mark Roberts a second, I think the problem with Mark Roberts is a lot of people are judging him what he played for under the previous manager. He hasn't played for this. He hasn't played for this manager at all. Really, a lot. I mean, I think he came in against Ipswich and scored. Or was it Ipswich or Sheffield United last
very
season?
well again. Last season.
Under Monk, yeah.
Yes,
The last was it
it
Sheffield United at home?
Yes.
Yeah, we beat them 2-1, didn't we? Yeah,
he got the equaliser, didn't he?
yeah, and he played well in that game under Monk and
And who did
come
he-
off
who
the
did he
bench.
come on?
Sheffield Wednesday.
Against he
When Dean went off, yeah,
and he played
and-
very well. I thought.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
if he got a run in the team, he might just be a different sort of player. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Both Martin Ward and Benji Smith says Hotter hasn't trained yet, so he won't play.
Well, yeah, he certainly won't start if he hasn't
And
trained.
Martin Ward says Monk says Hotter hasn't even trained. So they're both saying the same. So thanks for that,
Maybe
gentlemen.
you're looking at him training over this week and having a bench spot against Preston. Maybe.
Yeah, and Kev Kelly's also confirmed the same, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
Wonderful bunch you are.
Because we do miss Hotter when he's not there.
Oh,
He's been quality in it this season.
ridiculous.
Definitely.
Bum. So we've got Digger Davis to come back, we've got Hotter to come back, we've got Vassell to come back. That's going to like 3 signings, isn't it?
Gary Gardner, obviously, as well from the
Yeah.
So
Davis and Vassell will be massive to have back. You hope Vassell is the player he was when he got injured. He's young enough still that's not a ridiculous proposal.
People aren't going to think he's going to come straight in and.
He's not going to come back in and get 6 in 6.
No.
If he does, bloody hell, amazing. But you have to be realistic. He's been out for so long that he needs to be eased back into it.
Yeah.
The way Che and Duke are going at the moment, though, if they're still in that sort of form when he comes back, then it enables him to be eased back in.
Yeah.
However, if he comes back in and we haven't scored in 4, then that's when the pressure is back on him. Then.
Yeah, we just need to wrap Shea and Duke in cotton wool though, because if either of them two get injured, we are struggling, and we've got Omar Bogle
They're
to come
working
on.
so well again.
Who's
again on Sunday. the pair of them, just their work rate and the understanding they've got between them now.
Yeah.
He's fantastic, and again that first half hour, they've got a kid on loan from Chelsea, a kid on that they've bought 15 million for in Kodja, and they didn't hold a candle to Adams and Duke in that first half hour. The front two were terrific again.
Kevin French isn't Camper Coffee. Good point. Interesting point.
No,
Yes,
He
it
wouldn't
is.
remember.
Camp Coffee.
No,
Do you remember Camp Coffee?
Nick,
I'm
liquid form in the
29.
Nick,
I don't
I was
remember. I
born
don't
in
remember.
1989.
Camp Coffee is
Even
still
I'm too old.
available. I'm sure other coffees are as well. Camp Coffee is still available.
Is he?
I've never heard of it.
Saying brand names.
Tobias Hunt, we have no strength in depth. We know that, Tobias, and we know the reasons why.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Are you allowed to say Christmas, Mark Yates? Thank you, no, not till next week. Don't even mention it. Has any... all right, I'm going to mention it. Have you got your tree up yet?
No.
No? Please tell me no. You've got your Christmas tree up?
Not here. Down at the office, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Oh,
that.
it's a
That's
tiny little
fine.
porcelain.
I know, yeah. This
3 foot.
year I'm going to put some batteries in it.
I did say it was too early, but we've got busy weekends ahead of us. And last Sunday, my 8-year-old was, we want to put
Kids
the tree
though,
up.
innit?
So it's,
Yeah.
So
Kids make a difference.
we do take them down sooner though. We don't leave them up that long after Christmas.
yeah.
So
After dinner.
I mean, Boxing Day, yeah.
After dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. Paul Hipkiss has got his Christmas tree.
Not my decision.
Anybody else out there got the Christmas tree up? Please let me know. Competition time. Have we got one this week?
We have, yes. I can get it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay, yeah, perfect. All you got to do to be in next week's draw is pull out the competition winner. No, that would be really wrong, wouldn't it? All you got to do is share this on your personal Facebook page to be in a chance to win a tranche of prizes next week. Can I give a prize away next week, Mrs.
Of course you can, yeah.
Right, okay. What I've been doing all year is, for many, many years, when I moved into the really old house that we had many, many years ago, in the cellar there was an old fire extinguisher with the brass handle on the top, you know the type, yeah?
Yeah.
And it had all the gubbins in it. It was from some brewery in Wolverhampton somewhere. And I don't know why it was in
Don't
there.
mention the brewery.
Don't
Yes.
mention Wolverhampton. So I cleaned all the gubbins out and put a slot in the top and tightened it up. And 1st of January 2018 to now, every time we've gone home, we've taken out all the change out of our pockets. Less than £1 has gone in there. And I'm going to pour it all over the floor, possibly tomorrow if I get time. Yeah.
okay.
And it's my Christmas beer money. I'm going to pour it all over the floor, and guess who gets the closest to it? Wins a hat or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought he was going to say wins all the money then.
Yeah,
I was going to say there must be a few quid in there.
Can you imagine Mr. Floor giving away his Christmas beer money? Come on.
So roughly how big is it?
I will photograph it when I get
Okay,
home, and
yeah.
I'll put it on the Tilton Talk page tomorrow. I'll photograph it empty, and I'll photograph
Yeah.
the pile of money as
It's like
well.
one you'd have in a pub, like that sort of size.
Oh no, full size. This size.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah. Proper, like the school type size.
Yeah.
So you're going to drink?
How much? All of it.
Out of the fire extinguisher as well.
I thought it was quite a good idea. You know, just save up for your Christmas beer money that way around, and you can't see it. You know when it's in them glass bottles, right? And there's loads
Other
of fruit.
alcoholic drinks are available,
yeah,
obviously. Christmas is a time for all
So you-
alcohol.
So you got to guess how much money's in there,
Yeah.
and it's going to take you a while to count it.
Oh, it's probably going to take about 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
a
about
show off.
2/3 full.
You'll have more money than Richard Scudamore by the end of that.
At least I've given it myself and not gone around other football clubs begging for it. I thought it'd just be a little bit of fun, that's all.
Yeah.
What can I have to give away, Mrs. Brown?
I can have what you like. I've
Thank
got
you.
some hoodies, t-shirts.
A hoodie, I'll have a hoodie.
Yeah, okay.
A hoodie to give away. There we go. I'll take it home with me because we'll be doing that over the next...
Okay,
Pete Taylor says, my tree's up in the loft.
Yeah, mine is too. No. Well, we tend to put ours up on the 5th of December.
Do you?
Yeah, that's Barry's birthday, so Sharon always wants. So,
The thing is, I'm at an age now where like everyone I know more or less around me is 40, and like it's like this 40th birthdays for like ridiculous amounts of weekends, like up till probably the end of March, and we're pretty much
Benji's gone early. £253.91.
I think there'll be more than that. You need to see the pile, Benji, before you go and
Is it more than
start
that?
getting on it.
More?
Will Nick
I think
Spall
there'll be
have
more
enough
there.
to pay off our FFP fine?
I'm hoping so. It's still going on Christmas.
And
booze
our
if I
fine
had.
for advertising.
Yeah.
No, you will need to see the pile of money because it's quite strange because you physically can almost not lift it off the floor. It's that heavy, and you'd be surprised at how much money you can get in that area as well. So I've had it full once, but we put pound coins in it at that time, and there was 980 something pounds in it.
Wow.
And I sent the kids at the bank with rucksacks on.
How long did it take you to fill that?
Again, just about a year. Yeah.
Wow.
But that was every coin. Every time you walked in the house,
Yeah,
there was a coin in it.
yeah.
And we took that to Florida spending money.
It's not a bad idea, is
Yeah,
it?
That's
then.
right. Yeah, I did have to chain it to the radiator though, because the ex-wife used to keep emptying it. She'd sneak in like so. So I bought a chain and locked it to the radiator so she couldn't rob it. Competition time. Here we go. Paul, would you be the the ultimate guest and draw the this week's competition winner?
Absolutely.
100 shares is incredible. I logged on a little earlier. Refresh mine and there was 54 at that point, so I'll refresh it again and have another look.
John Asquith.
John Asquith is our winner of the week. Well done to John. Thank you, Paul, for doing that for us.
No problem.
And we will make sure that a ruck of goodies comes flying his way.
that's
How many more
exactly-
goodies have we got?
Oh, there's loads of t-shirts.
Thanks to
There's a couple of years left.
keep right
Lee.
on.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Shares at the moment are 61. Come on, pull your fingers out. There's more of you out there than that. Come on, get a grip.
Tim Andrews, friend of the show,
Friend of the
has
show.
commented, at least the girls keep winning,
They do.
which is a correct statement. Also, congratulations, Tim, I believe are in order. Can anybody dig that story out? What award did Tim win recently?
Brummie of the year or something?
Brummie of the year.
Really?
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
I mean, how he's won it ahead of me, I'm not sure.
I know,
but
I'm mate.
outstanding work from Tim, that is.
When did the voting?
I don't know.
I didn't
It
see
was him and
on
PJ
the-
Ellis,
on
I
the
think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yes,
obviously,
wasn't it?
fully deserved for the brilliant
Yeah,
work
yeah.
he does with Love Brum and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Everything, yeah.
yeah, many congratulations,
Yeah.
Tim.
Jay Raisy wants to know, Paul, what did you think of Check and Doy?
Yeah.
The subjects arose. I've asked the question.
What did Paul think of Enjoy?
I thought...
That's an interesting question.
I'm glad he's not here anymore.
I'm glad he's not here.
I'm trying to think of something. I don't really know what to say. I don't think he was the best football. Well, he was hopeless, wasn't he? Let's be
Oh, well,
honest.
there you go. If you're going to say
He was-
something,
yeah,
say it.
he was-
Don't beat about the bush.
I think he.
hopeless.
I think he put his effort. He put the effort in. He did. I mean, I went to Bolton away last season, and when we went down to 10 men there, that was when he came into his own a little bit. His presence in the team helped us hold on to that 1-0. But with the ball to his feet, he's probably the worst, along with Carlos Cosley, that I've ever seen in a blue shirt with the ball to his feet.
Yeah. Do you know what? That is a perfect summation of Check and Doy, that. Well done.
Thanks.
Stuart McDonald, interesting point. This just tuned in. Had to drop the mother-in-law off. Not where I'd like to, but anybody notice how the TV commentators haven't commentated on how bad the ref was from giving the penalty to not giving a corner, and lots of fouls awarded to the infidels when it was really
One
just
infidel
contact
in
play.
particular.
Yeah. I want a rematch. If we can have another Brexit, sure, we should be able to get another rematch. There you go.
Did you notice as well? He kept going down after he'd had a shove on the shoulder or
Oh, yeah,
something,
yeah,
and then he's
yeah.
holding his knee.
Yeah.
I
What's that all about?
cannot stand him. I thought, do you know what? He used to be Gareth Barry. I
Mine was Agbonlahor.
absolutely detested Gareth Barry. And then obviously for the goals, it was Agbonlahor. You know, there's just something about him. And do you know what I think it is? I think it's actually the fact that somewhere inside that detestable creature is actually a decent footballer.
Yeah.
But he has absolutely zero interest in playing football. His sole purpose in life is to win cheap, filthy little free kicks in
That's the way
a
it is, that's the way it is,
disgusting manner,
You don't like
and then
him, do you?
play the pretty boy. And like you said, that Kieftenbeld one after 30 seconds or whatever, he had not touched him.
No.
He's just closed him down.
It did
And
look
he's
like
gone
he belted him.
flying in the air.
It did look like he belted him. It did
But
look like
yeah,
it. But when I
but
saw
he's
it from the
just
other
closed
angle-
him down.
Yeah, no,
Is that the one where he
right.
tapped him on the shoulder and he
Yeah.
held his leg?
Well,
Yes,
that
holding his knee, yeah.
was another one.
just incredible.
And you could see, And I don't know how the referees can't see it, because every time I watch them, every opposition player is screaming at him, saying, "What are you doing?" Gardner was at it on Sunday. Stop it! Get up! Well done. You've won your free kick. Get up!
Yeah.
You know, stop. Just stop it. You are. You know, it kills me to say it. You are far too good a footballer, because when he turns it on, 1 in 20 games, when he decides he actually wants to play, there is a good footballer in there.
Yeah.
What was the stat against him with the bookings?
He's the most fouled player, which is very easy to do if your sole purpose in life is to get fouled on a football pitch. No wonder you're the most fouled player, because it's what you live for.
He has got ability, I'll say that, but he's probably more suited to the Premier League.
Then.
I'd say he's more suited to the Premier League, so he probably needs to move. He should have gone to Spurs, but mind you, would he be playing there? You have to ask that.
But would he be doing exactly the same thing as he does now?
Probably,
because you're not going to get away.
It's down to referees to stamp it out, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why aren't they?
I don't know.
Because like I said, every single opposition player, single opposition player who comes up against him, are always on the ref. Watch him. Look at how he's going down. The one that Keith Deville got yellow carded for. It's just Keith Deville's just stood there and gone, all right, I'll take the yellow card.
Yeah.
But the flip is just.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Kev Smith, good luck to Excessive Blues and Stephen Adrian for all their hard work. It's now been recognised, and I'm sure the awards will be coming, if not this one, soon. Yes, good luck to them. Is the voting still open? Can somebody tell me on that one? Mark Yates said Whitney Houston used to love Ndoye.
Yeah.
And he will always love you.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Nick,
Pete Taylor says Ndoye, Ndoye is now playing with the likes of Neymar. I'll say no more.
No, he's not playing with the likes
Against
of Neymar. He's getting mullered by Neymar. He's not playing with the likes of Neymar. He hasn't signed for PSG.
I'm pretty sure he meant alongside, like, you know.
No. You are on the same football field.
It does say playing with.
That is it.
Chris McKenzie a little bit better than Brock Madsen. That didn't work very well, did it, really?
No, not particularly.
But what was the wage difference between the two?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Kev Kelly said, can we offload Bogle in January and get somebody else in? Give us 2 options on personnel in January.
That's an interesting point that Paul raised this earlier. If we do offload people, listen, you've got 2 keepers there that we want to get rid of still.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you manage to offload Stockdale, Kuszak, Bogle, any others that we can think of, anybody else that we could possibly get rid of, does that mean that position becomes available to bring someone else in?
I think Jonathan Grains is still our player, isn't he? Has he gone to Bolton on loan?
Yeah, I think it was on loan.
So
I don't know whether it's a view to a permanent, but yeah.
The voting has closed on the FSF.
And we've got Koiter as well still, haven't we, as our player? Would he be worth bringing back and maybe putting in the mix as another left-sided midfielder more so than a defender? Because I thought he was good going forward. But I don't know. It's obviously what Mug thinks, isn't it? But
yes,
could be an option if he's struggling. Well, he's struggling.
Will Stockdale will go to Leeds in January from Paul Gill. Let's kind of hope so, because as you say, if that offloads one, and we could offload perhaps both of them.
Trouble is that the longer David Stockdale keeps going out on loan to League One clubs and chucking them in like he is doing, then there's no way he's going anywhere near anywhere.
Yeah, but
a team like Leeds.
Do you think Lee Camp is a better goalkeeper than what Stockdale was?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Nick?
Different styles. I think Lee Camp has been a liability sometimes, and like you said, that one with the overhead on last week. Yeah. I was almost expecting him to do that. As that corner came in. Yeah. But he didn't. He did get it away with his stronger arm. And I thought of you at that precious moment. No problem at all. Yeah. Chris McKenzie's saying no. Camp is awful from Andrew Whitehouse. Camp debate for a couple of minutes, then I think. You know. He is what we got though, and what we haven't seen anything of Truman, have we really?
No, I thought he did okay in the first couple of games. Obviously, very, very much a rookie. Obviously, you could see how raw he was, but
I mean, Camp is like Dracula, don't like crosses.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Stockdale did better when Monk come in again. 11 games of last season, last 11 games, he was better than what he was before. But obviously, it would have been interesting to see how he would have got on this season if he'd have been in goal. You know, I certainly don't think he'd have been any any worse than Camp. I'm not saying he's definitely better, but I don't think he would have been any worse than Camp.
Ricky and Tina Sewell, Stockdale much better. Camp doesn't command his box. He doesn't. So,
I agree with that.
He
Yeah.
does, yeah.
But Camp's kicking is probably better than
Very much
Stockdale's.
so.
No,
Very much
no,
so.
when Stockdale come in, I thought that was his best attribute, his distribution, but it got progressively worse, and his shot stopping got progressively worse. And there was a stage towards. I think it's a fair point you make. I think it was under Cottrell, but there was a stage of 4 or 5 games where nearly every one he was chucking it in. I am of the belief that Lee Camp is our best goalkeeper.
Yep.
That we have on our books.
That we have on the books, yeah. Lindsay Phillips, nice call from you. Thank you very much for this, Pit. Just joined in. I've missed much.
Welcome, Lindsay.
Opening evening for the Blues Community Education Programme. Took my son. Great thing they're running. And it seems Monk is doing a lot to help and improve that too. Great stuff. Brilliant news. We may.
Don't forget, it's the Accessi Blues Tilton Talk Christmas party this Friday.
Oh yes, got it. That's come round quick, hasn't
I'll
it?
put the link
You're allowed
up
to
in a
say the word
second.
Christmas, aren't you? Now.
Yeah.
Well, you're celebrating Christmas in November.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's my,
It is.
it's my birthday, Boxing Day Eve.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Boxing Day Eve, yeah. I
put the link
could
up
make
on
the
that.
best Scrooge in anybody's pantomime up and down this country. I really could, honestly.
Saves
Yeah.
me with the Christmas tree,
I've
by
got
the
a black,
way.
I've
I
got
just
a
said
black
that to-
bar humbug Christmas hat, and I nearly bought it. If the shirt had been blue, not red, it was a shirt in the shop. It just said "I hate Christmas" written on it. If it had been blue, I'd have had it. I can't wear red.
I've still got the Christmas hats that our friend brought in once. Remember that? What's his name? John Doherty. And Docco came
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Made us all wear them stupid hats.
Yeah,
Still got them.
blimey, years ago. Okay, so
That's when he was normal.
When he was allowed.
Allowed out.
great stuff. Don't forget the Tilton Talk Show goes out live on Facebook every single Monday night, 7:30 through till 9, and Switch Radio 107.5 and DAB on a Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Catch up with us there as well.
Absolutely.
It's great to have Paul Hipkiss in with us tonight. And
Great to be here as well.
Yeah,
Again,
always
yeah.
welcome. Always welcome. If the door's
Thanks,
open, what's the saying, Chris? What's the saying about the door?
The door is always open, except when it's closed.
There you go. There you are. There you are. Going back to the goalkeeper situation, Stuart McDonald, we're still in the dark why Stockdale fell out of favour at Blues. Unless they don't like his 25,000 wage, we like to know why he fell out with the management. I think it's got something to do with it. If we play in one more game, we've got to pay so much more money.
He's denied that.
He's denied.
He
that,
has
has he?
denied that
Categorically
is in
denied
his
it.
contract.
Right, okay.
But doesn't that count if he goes on loan somewhere and plays another game? Then
I don't know whether it's.
does it? You know,
Yeah.
It's something that I'd heard, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't get
Listen.
it. I do hope the situation gets cleared up though, because what you don't want is any bad eggs in the camp or bad feeling. You know what I mean? So
I go back to the start of last season when the flurry of transfers came in. Who was the Everton lad we had? Liam
Walsh.
Yeah.
Liam Walsh comes in on loan. He comes on off the bench, I think he did.
Played at Norwich as well.
Yeah,
I was there, yeah,
and
the
then-
first game.
Lo and behold, the next game, Stockdale's out for 2 months and Liam Walsh is never seen again. And there was that rumour that
There was
they
a
got into
fracas.
a scrap
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Stockdale had punched someone. Now, if that is the case, if there's any truth in that, this squad is still predominantly that squad that was there last season. You know, sometimes it's as simple as whatever happened there, they didn't like it. The vast majority of the squad didn't like what happened, didn't like Stockdale for it, didn't like Walsh for it, but whatever happened, you know, and he's on big wages, you know, and listen, he made mistakes last season, a lot of them. This is not Hugo Lloris we're talking about here.
no.
I've had a complaint.
Go on.
Paul Hipkiss' font underneath his body is not as big as the rest of the font, so I've had to make it bigger. Okay.
It's spelt wrong as
I
well.
was going to say that's an
Oh, he spelled it wrong
looks
as
like
well.
an incorrect spelling.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
It's 1p, isn't it?
It's 1p, yeah.
1p, 2s.
Is it 2 S's?
Yeah.
Thanks to Jeff Russell for listening here in old Australia. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Jeff. Thanks
you know
for
Jeff,
tuning
do you?
in. I
You know
do know
Jeff?
Jeff.
Nice
Yes.
one. Excellent.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're well down there.
And did anybody go to the Jeff Horsfield black tie ball over on Friday night?
I was
And what
offered
was it like?
tickets. I was offered tickets. Unfortunately, we had another family engagement to go to, so we couldn't attend. was at the Botanical Gardens, wasn't
Mark
it?
Andrew Adams.
Yeah, I
I'm
know a
gonna-
couple of people that did, but yeah, I didn't go myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Andrew Adams. Christmas Pew, St Nick's Ball has a great ring to it.
No, I don't think it does. Actually,
No, I don't think it does.
No, I don't like it.
We should deny him that laugh. It was Mark Yates that noticed why Mr. Hipkiss gets smaller letters than everybody else.
I've corrected it now.
You've mended it.
I haven't corrected the
That's
spelling,
fine.
though.
It will come up in a bit.
Are you sure?
It's a bird.
It has on mine. It's updated on
It's
mine.
coming up
There you
there.
go.
Kev,
Job done.
Stav, Smith, and Lindsay were there. They say it was a brilliant night last night.
Brilliant, wonderful.
There you go. You get the 2 S's.
Yeah, okay, don't forget then we're doing this month in conjunction with Crohn's and colitis. What a marvellous individual young Bradley was last week, coming out with all that
Fantastic.
he had to say.
Yeah.
And next month, would you like to tell everybody what
Well,
chosen
next month
charity is?
we're going to support Cure Leukemia.
Cure Leukemia. That was the event that I went to on Friday. We should be getting Lizzie Dean, who is the Diversity Blues manager, and Cure Leukemia has already saved a life. So
Should be a great story.
She's on, I think, perhaps one more load of chemo to go. I'm a little bit unsure because somebody left the SIM card out of the microphone while I was doing the interview, and it got scrubbed. So we will be
My
inviting.
stepdad on his.
We will be
Went
inviting
through
Lizzie Dean and
leukemia.
the Cure Leukemia team
Many
in.
years.
Oh, right. Okay.
Craig Coates has just updated Newcastle winning 1-0.
Oh.
Having a tough time, aren't they, Burnley, at the minute, Burnley?
Yes.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a tough time of it, aren't they?
Paul Gill, big month coming up, 4 home games, Xmas time. Let's hope we get back to winning ways as we have some big games this month. It's a big
Massive
game
games.
for them up the road, a big month for them up the road as well, isn't it? They've
I
got-
couldn't care less.
Well, no, because I want the others to win.
No, I don't care.
I want Middlesbrough to beat them. I want
I don't
Baggies to
care.
beat them.
I jokingly said
I
after the
don't
game
care.
yesterday when they put the fixtures up, I said in a month's time we could be above them again.
Yeah.
I did say it tongue in cheek, but you never know.
Yeah, I want them to miss out on promotion and get really stuffed next season.
So do I. I'd love them
FFP.
to. But my priority is on Blues' fixtures.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got
Says the man who put money on Blues to get relegated.
So I'm going to put some echo on that.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
there was a method to that madness, wasn't there?
Of course there
That
was.
was, yeah, and I understand the reason,
Yeah.
the mathematics in
Yeah.
it, but
I don't think I could do it though.
no,
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't bet on Blues winning even. I daren't. I don't bet anyway.
No, normally I don't go anywhere near our fixture.
I was close
But on
Saturday.
that day, me paying £50 to keep us in the division. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then if we got relegated,
We got
then what was your one?
relegated. I was off to America. We were staying in hotels rather than Airbnbs for the 6 weeks.
I was close on Saturday. I had an accumulator for 8 wins, 8 teams to win, and only Millwall let me down. I was
I know you really do hope we smash them on Wednesday.
So I would have got just over £1,000 back for a fiver. Yeah,
that's not bad, is it?
I did cash in at 62 quid though. So
Got to say,
Mark Yates had Duke first goal Sunday. Betting's not clever, kids. Don't do it.
don't do it.
no, it's nice.
Got to say good luck to Solihull Moors on Friday, taking on Blackpool
Up the Moors.
in the FA Cup. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Live on Sky.
Big gate they had Saturday.
Bibica 2.
Bibica 2.
Bibica 2, I believe.
Oh, Bibica 2.
Bibica too.
Yeah.
Can we say Bubba?
That's why I didn't say
Oh,
that.
right.
Because it could be anything. I could
Yeah.
be saying anything, really, couldn't I? Even though it's quite clear what I'm saying.
I believe they had 2,500 Saturday.
Yes, against Salford,
That's
yeah.
cracking.
And
That's
they should
cracking.
have the same on Friday night as well. So
And
yeah,
it wasn't cheap either.
No. I think if you're a Blue season ticket holder, any season ticket holder of the Midlands clubs, I think you're getting for a £5.
That's pretty
Alright.
good.
Is that right?
But for the cup game, I think it's a tenner.
Yeah, it was
Is it-
15
is it-
quid normally for
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it down here as well, or is it at their place?
No, it's at Solihull.
Is it Solihull?
Yeah,
Moors,
yeah.
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 It'd be nice to see the Moors.
I don't
on
know the
TV, wouldn't it?
ticketing
Yeah.
details, whether it's sold out or anything, but yeah.
Are you going to watch it
I will watch it.
live or on TV?
I will probably be watching it on TV. I've got obviously Blues are at home on the Saturday, and then Blues women are at home on the Sunday as
That's
well.
the
so
Yeovil game, isn't it?
it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 live games.
Yeah, it's
One day
asking
for
a
the
lot,
other.
isn't it? Even for me, that's quite a lot of 3 live games.
Okay, let's have your predictions for Millwall on Wednesday night then, please. Chris first.
Okay, Millwall. Traditionally a strong side at home, but get the feeling over the years we've done okay there. I think we'll bounce back. I think we'll, we're in a run now where we're scoring goals, and we look threatening going forward. And I think you hope that the defensive situation is ironed out a little bit. Gardner coming back in will help. I will go 2-1 Blues.
2-1, Paul.
With
one P.
I'm just hoping that obviously we bounce back and can tighten up in defence more than anything. Stop letting in silly goals, and if we can do that,
we've
then
done it all season, haven't we? Letting silly goals.
Especially in these last three games. The last three games have been a free for all, like you said earlier. But
yeah,
I'm the same as Chris. I'm going to go 2-1 as well. I think it'll be 2-1 to us as well. Yeah, I agree with Chris's prediction. Yeah, it's mine as well.
That's an interesting one from Stephen Gill. Steve Morrison is out for Millwall.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he's not Messi, but he caused us problems last season.
They beat us at home last season,
2-0, I think, and I think he caused us problems.
Yeah.
So that'll be a bit of a loss for
I'm going to go 2-0 to Blues.
2-0, clean sheet.
Clean sheet, yeah. And a camp wonder save.
Oh!
At 1-0 with a minute. Oh, sorry. At
1-0
with a minute to go, or whatever, before we make it 2.
Just before my prediction, good luck to Andy Hales, who says, hello from my hospital bed in Florida.
Oh, bless you.
It was here Sunday, but the game took all his energy. So, there you go. Get well soon.
Yeah,
and I'm going to go for a 2-0 Blues.
2-0 along with
2 2-0s, 2-2-1s.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done that before, have we?
I hope you two are right.
I just feel a camp wonder save, world-class save coming on. And everybody will be,
There's one that sticks in my mind at Leeds when we were 2-1 up at Leeds.
Yes, yeah.
With a couple of minutes
Brilliant
to go,
save,
pulled off a great save down to his right.
And at Stoke as well. Made a decent one at Stoke as well. Quite late on. So.
He has let in a few soft ones, but you do have to. There's a problem is when you're a goalkeeper, people only remember the mistakes you make, don't they? They don't remember.
This is the point. You've got Leeds at the top of the table.
Yeah,
their keeper's made some right howlers this season. But nobody picks up on it because they're towards the top of the table. Yeah, and somebody put on the comments earlier, and it's right. As soon as that signing was muted to be happening, people had already made their mind up.
Good evening to Ian Danter, friend of the show. Welcome on to the Tilton Talk. You're a bit late. I've probably been working, knowing him, I would have thought, this time of night.
Ian's always working.
I know.
It'd be great to have him on the show again.
Yep.
Yes.
Our door is always open to Ian. He has got a season ticket.
Season ticket to the Tilton Talk show.
There you go. The door is always open.
Yeah, except when it's closed.
Except when it's closed. Craig Coates says it was great on Friday playing for Lizzie Dean in the Copper Del Cure Leukemia. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Could have just done with being a little bit warmer. Never mind. They had a big dinner there as well afterwards, but I couldn't stay out to got other commitments, so I had to call.
Well, they probably didn't invite you, did they?
Yeah.
Well, I think you had to pay for it.
Oh, there you go.
That's what they said to you.
Should have took your fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, round the back, they were letting anybody in.
Here you go.
Can't lift the damn thing up there.
Here goes enough for a sandwich.
And of course, I did the man thing.
The what?
The man thing when I got there, because I was really eager to get in and this and the other. I forgot where I put the car, so I was like 25 minutes looking for my car. 25 minutes looking for my car, Chris. And there was a hare running in front of me.
What I want to know is, was you wearing your body warmer?
Yes.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. This is my standard style. This is it. This is what you see is what you get.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Love it, lad. Love it. Right, okay. Dance says anytime, chap. Well, you name your date, get in touch with Chris Brown, Dance, and we'll get another one on the go, because it's about time we had a conflab again.
Yeah, I might even get some wasabi.
Get me into the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Can we have a Christmas special?
Yes,
yeah,
of course we
can.
I've
We
already
need
got
a
your
Christmas
gifts.
special.
I've already purchased your gifts for this year.
You're all going to wear Christmas jumpers?
No. I will not wear a Christmas jumper. No.
I think Gary Monk jumpers.
It'd be too fun. It'd be too much fun, wouldn't it? Christmas
Yeah.
jumpers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should have a Christmas special where we discuss serious a Christmas special where we discuss the year on Brexit. How about that?
Moving on.
That'd be a superb show. That
Moving right on.
No fun on this show.
All right. What did you vote?
We can't talk politics
All right.
on this show. Remember, it goes out on Switch Radio 107.5 FM on DAB.
Oh Oh, yes. On a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Smash you nicely, mate. Do it all for charity. Right, okay. Should get Ian back on stadium announcements, revving the crowd up from Jim Owen. Love them days, mate.
Richard does a good job.
He does a good job, yeah. He's a great
He does,
man.
yeah.
We need to get Richard in as well, don't we?
I'd love to get Richard.
He's too shy.
Is he too shy?
He's too shy.
How can he be
Keep
too shy
asking
speaking
him.
to 25, 30,000 people?
Yeah,
I think he'll come on
yeah.
in the new year.
He seems to think, why? I'm just a stadium.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He doesn't realise he's a legend. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Steve Portman has clarified
Man
that
of
it
the people.
wasn't to pay for the food. You just had to make a £40 donation.
Oh,
All right, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Mr. Body Warmer
They
and
just
Mr.
told you
Hoodie
it was for the
and
food.
Mrs. Brown. There you go, from Kev Kelly. Mr. Body Warmer, Mrs. Hoodie and Mrs.
Yeah.
Brown.
Mrs. Hoodie.
Mr. Hoodie. Xmas beards from Adrian. I don't think so, mate. I do not think so. Oh dear. Have you ever grown a beard?
No.
No, normally I can't.
No.
I can't
After 5 days, it's just starts
I
to
have
get
a beard.
annoying.
I have a beard at 5 o'clock if I have a show.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just-
Yeah.
I'm here.
It just starts to get annoying.
Into the last 15 minutes we go then, and as always on the
Are we
Tilton
going with
Talk
Paul
Show-
Gill's suggestion?
What was Paul Gill's suggestion?
Tonight's last 15 minutes. What would you buy Chris Pugh as a Secret Santa?
To do with football, or
Right, okay, no,
not gonna be a secret.
we'll do that
Exactly,
alongside. We'll
But then
do.
when I receive all the gifts I get at Christmas,
You
I'll
always
know
get a
who they're
gift.
from then.
You always get a
why
gift
you were
off me.
pushing it.
I bought you some plastic soldiers last year.
Yeah, yeah, and
a fun book.
fun magazine, I think.
Very thoughtful, me. Right, yes. So for the last 15 minutes, I'll combine that with what would you buy Chris Pugh as a Secret Santa,
Or
or what?
your
Me as well?
alternative. No. What would you?
No, we're going
what
to do
was
both.
your last 15
we're going to do
minutes
both.
gonna
We're
be?
going to do
Yeah.
both. We're going to run both. And because we've discussed camp so much tonight, and we integrated that with coffee, anything to do with a drink and football, anything to do with a drink and football. Off you go. It's your
Lee
15 minutes.
Carlsberg.
Oh, he's off. him of no funnage.
Richard Taylor, a parachute.
Rowan Wine.
Rowan Wine?
Oh, God, blimey, you're pulling these out of the
Yeah.
bag, ain't
I'm off anyway.
He's on fire, yeah?
Penalty taking lessons
Yeah.
from Greg Courtney. I love it.
Well
Well
done.
played.
There you go.
Parachute jump.
An empty rucksack with parachute written
parachute,
on it.
yeah.
Right all and get you a top from across the street.
No, thank you.
I think so. Buy him a pucker pie from Adrian.
New body warmer, says Ray.
On the drink one, David Tottrell.
Oh.
Like I said,
Very
David and not.
alternative, yeah.
I went for David and not Steve.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah, yeah.
I've just
Mickey
I've-
Gin.
It's just
Mickey
come to
Gin.
me
Tony
what
Von
we
Merlot.
should be wearing on Christmas
on.
special. A body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
gotta be
well,
in it.
We've got to go.
We've gotta come-
Hat-trick of gilets.
Matching body warmers.
Mick James, Frank Worthington's,
I've got one.
Warren
Frank
was a
Worthington.
Starling would get me a Neil Rudder calendar. Thank you very much. Dean Beer.
Dean Beer.
Tony Van Merlot from Ian Dancer. Very good.
That's a wine, by the way.
Mickey Gin.
Hotter chocolate.
Brilliant.
That's not bad.
Adam Wilkes at it
That's
again.
not bad.
Blimey. Oh dear.
I knew
An
there was
Elvis
a reason
Vegas
he joined the
jumpsuit for
admin.
you. Kev Kelly will get you an Elvis Vegas jumpsuit.
Yeah,
That would be good. I'd love to see you in that one.
I'd enjoy that.
Come on, then. More Shay.
Adnams.
Oh yes. Oh, Adnams beer. Like that one.
Yeah. See,
Definitely
people
like
are
that
cleverer
one.
than we. You know.
I thought of one, but it's more what you drink out of rather than what you'd actually drink.
Go
It's
along with it.
Jack's Mug Homer.
Oh, Jack Daniels, Mugs Homer,
Cool.
Johnny Ale,
Yeah.
Yeah.
John
Carlsberg
Johnny
Camp.
Gale.
John Gale.
Budweiser Brocken.
Carlsberg Camp.
Got that one. Oh, dear me. John Stone's bitter.
Dennis Bailey's.
That's a good one.
It's a good one from Ian. As well, yeah.
Gordon's Taylor.
Gordon's Taylor.
Pulled one off. There you go. Oh, please help me. Oh, dear me. Odin Bailey's. Oh, dear me. Oh, what's that next one down?
Emil Whiskey.
Oh, I like that one. That's clever. That's witty.
Is it?
I don't
Whiskey.
understand that.
Heskey.
Emil
Because I don't drink.
Heskey.
Emil Whiskey. Emil Whiskey.
Whiskey. Whiskey.
We'll write it down for him later.
Oh, see, yeah, exactly.
Whiskey.
Emil
Heskey.
Yeah, so it's
Emil
supposed to sound
whiskey.
like.
What, you don't
That's
even
right. It's what they've done is they've tried to pretend that whiskey sounds like Heskey.
I've got,
and then
yeah.
they've put it
Right,
together
okay.
to try and get a laugh out of people.
Yeah.
In
It
the
didn't
last
work,
15
did it?
minutes of this show that I enjoy so much.
Didn't
Brandy
work.
Lerner, Gianfranco Cola.
Brandy Lerner. Oh, that's not a
Gianfranco
bad one.
Cola's clever, isn't it? Yeah. Like that.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Ben Foster's.
Yeah.
I like this because you hate it so much.
Yeah, I know,
really
yeah.
do.
Couple
I really
of Ben
do.
Fosters, yeah.
So are you saying you don't even have a touch of sherry at Christmas, Mrs. Brown?
I don't. I've never touched a spirit in my life. I like a beer.
All right,
I like a beer
okay.
now and again, but I've never. I've smelt it, and I've had a schnapps once.
Oh, you devil. Peach?
Peachy one.
Peach, yeah, because it was
yeah.
peach.
Mrs. Brown with a peach snaps in his own.
Stephen Carling.
So I don't know what they're talking about.
Dirk
Heineken
Advocaat.
Charlery, what's
That was a good one. I
That's
saw
Ken
that.
Ken Charlery,
Ken
isn't it?
Charlery.
Heineken
Teddy Sherry
Charlery.
Ingham.
Dirk
Teddy
Advocaat, I know
Sherry
that one.
Ingham, yeah. Oh, that's not bad.
Sheringham, yes, good one, yeah.
Do you know what though?
That's
Do
a
you know
good
what though?
one, that's
It's always Adam, and I know what's happening. Adam's at home and he's just googled footballers to do with drinks, and he's got a whole list of them, and then he'll just type one every minute as though it's his own.
I'm surprised there isn't a Karen Brady
wait,
comment
something
from
will come
Paul
up.
Gill.
We've got
You know,
Stephen Gill's Sol Campbell soup.
because he's good at
Yeah. Alan Howell's Baby Stam rather than Baby
Baby
Sham.
Sham.
I like that. Yeah.
One
like
well,
it.
Karl Heinz Rum Maniga.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think hotter chocolates.
Franz Beckenbauer.
Okay, yeah.
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 Oh dear. Yeah,
Didn't we say that last week?
Mrs. Brown's Ale.
The winners were going to get that? Weren't they going to get that or something?
Weren't they getting a what?
Weren't they going to get a Boeing? I can't remember what we. What did
No,
we have?
that was
what
if
that?
it was rubbish. You're
Oh, was
out.
it? Ah,
You're
right,
The
okay.
Boeing is your out.
It's one for me, Lionel Mescafe. Tony, shut your face, Leighton. Lionel Mescafe. Oh,
G High Capri Sun.
George Best.
Someone's told Adam he's talented.
Yeah, I know. It's frightening, isn't it?
dear me,
He's gonna live off that forever.
That is scary.
He just says, I am this talented.
Hotter chocolate wins. I think hotter chocolate is a yeah.
The fact that it's a blues player as well, I
Hotter
suppose.
chocolate is definitely in
It
the
is
top
good.
three. I think there.
Okay.
We need a top three, don't we?
Well,
Hotter
Tweets
chocolate is going in there.
Yeah.
Jagsmeister.
Who? Oh,
Jagsmeister.
Jagsmeister. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely
Milky Mackay. Milky Mackay.
Milky
That's pretty good.
good. Brandy Lerner, I liked as well.
That's a good
but
one.
Randy Lerner is not a footballer.
No.
Therefore,
Something
he
to
needs
do
the
with-
Boeing.
Oh, I've gone off the Boeings.
There we go. You're out.
Tassimo Salah.
That's good as well.
That's
Yeah.
that one, Brett Stanley, well done.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll do.
That's the one.
See you later.
Dean Williams has put Peter Stilton. I don't have a drunk Stilton before.
No, I'm not drinking Stilton. No.
I do like Stilton. though.
Probably deserves a Bronx hat, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, that deserves that
Eggnog Van der Sar.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, golly.
Oh, good. What an enjoyable last few
one.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't get many gifts.
No.
No.
I didn't want them. I don't want them.
that's good.
Don't want them. It's
What
about
do
the
you mean?
baby Jesus,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gifts.
yeah. I think our entire,
We're missing the whole point of Christmas there.
I think the entire audience cocked a deafen.
Yeah. Ryan Figs. Who's drinking figs?
Steve Bruce. You seen Steve Bruce?
Bruce.
As in, as in.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Skull.
Paul Scholes.
Oh, that's a
Aston
good
from my
Paul
brother.
Scholes, not
Hope
bad.
you're feeling better, Lee, by the way. You had a little bit of a funny turn the other week and ended up in hospital for a few days. So you're feeling good.
Thomas Muller Light.
Good one,
Again,
good one,
that's
good
yogurt,
one.
isn't it?
That's yogurt, yeah.
I mean, technically you could drink it, but I'm not having it as a
No.
drink.
Shandy.
Super Kevin Phillips.
Super.
We're going.
I
We've veered onto food.
But I
don't know how this has happened.
I only drink soup out of a mug. I wouldn't
What?
have soup in a bowl.
Why would you not have soup in a bowl?
Well, because I can drink it out of a mug.
But only you're restricted to the amount of soup you can have. Then
You haven't seen the size of my mug. I have a mug.
how'd you get it into the mug?
The big handle on it. Sorry.
How'd you get it into the mug?
Shandy leg,
Oh yeah, very good.
Shandy leg.
very good.
Very good one.
That's a good
How'd you
one.
get it into the mug? You put it out the saucepan. I've got a great big mug like this at home. With this.
Okay,
madness.
yeah.
It's absolute madness.
I just eat mine straight out of the saucepan.
Saving on the washing up.
Do I?
Thanks
Good
to Great
one.
Coats Newcastle 2.
Two.
Up now.
Wow. Ricky Blotto.
Jermaine I like that one.
Tennant. Yes.
Wow,
What a riot. No, not
deserves
Ray. Ray Price, that was. Fantastic.
Jermaine Tennant, that's a good one.
Yes.
It's a crowd source.
Ray deserves that.
I like Ricky Blotto as well. That's good
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Ricky Blotto is very good as well.
That's a good one.
An off button for Mr. Fun. Merry Christmas,
Oh, Mark
says
Yates.
Steve Portman. I'll remember that.
Nick Mark Yates gone Nick Aspel cider.
Oh, yeah. Again, footballer. Not really.
I've scored a goal at the
No,
Tilton.
boing. Need a boing there.
Very clever, nevertheless. Very clever, nevertheless. Let me just say that twice.
Too clever.
Mickey Gin.
Yeah, Mickey Gin.
Yeah.
Mike Mabry's saying if results go well next week, we could be second in the league.
He's not
Go
wrong.
very well.
I've never. It's so wide open, isn't it?
Would you have an accumulator on that lot? Can you imagine what the odds would be for Blues to be second in the league in a couple of months' time? I would just want to so
In the month or next week?
In a month, that's possible.
Next week.
If results go well next week,
beg your pardon,
yeah,
could
next
be
week.
second in the league.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll all put 10p in it.
Yeah.
40p bet. This time next week, when we're on this show next week, we're second
top
in
of
the
the-
league.
second in the league.
Second in the league. Yeah.
We should do that every week.
What?
Do something like that every week. You know,
Have a bet like and
and
put.
somebody, one of our audience says something stupid like that,
Yeah.
right? And we put the money in.
Yeah. And if we
purposely
put
lose
it
that
on,
money for
And
charity.
we put it on.
Yeah.
We put it on, and if
Yeah.
it wins, it goes to charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah,
put the
I'll
bets
bet
on though? 'Cause I wouldn't
I'll
bet
put the
it.
bet on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
So a maximum of
We'll
what?
just have a little pot.
50 pence a week.
Yeah. We'll have a little pot.
We'll go
build
now.
it up,
We'll
yeah.
start now.
Good idea.
We've got 5 minutes left. Craziest bet for Millwall Blues.
Craziest.
Craziest
First goal scorer,
Craziest,
and the correct
yeah,
score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with
Yeah.
something like that. Make it as hard as
Craziest
possible.
scoreline you can think of. Weirdest first goal scorer that you can think of, and we'll put 50p on it,
Okay.
and all the winnings go to.
6-1 Blues. Bogle to score hat-trick.
Rightio, there you go. You'll do well to beat that.
I don't think he'll be playing, to be honest with you. Okie
Mark
dokie.
Yates says pick 10 results instead.
Yeah, that's.
That's a bit too
difficult
time-consuming,
to get
isn't it?
10.
You gotta have a- no,
It's difficult to get 3 on Super 6, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So to get 10.
better to
Well,
do
I've
Blues
got
bets
15
than it.
points on Super 6 this week, actually.
Poor girl's gone 1-5 to Blues. Heskey to score. I'm going first scorer, check in Doy.
Lee Camp first goal scorer 7-0 Blues. Yeah, okay.
Something like Michael Morrison, Blues to win 4-1 or something.
Yeah.
Make it. It's got to be realistic, hasn't it? I suppose.
Dukey or Adams hat-trick pays about 100 to 1 in each game, Kevin Smith says.
Wow, that's
Well, you'd have won 100 quid twice this season, wouldn't you?
yeah.
That's quite possible.
That's interesting, that is.
Craig Gardner to score a
'Cause we are
free
scoring
kick
for fun, aren't
2000 to 1.
Oh yeah, we are.
You know, we're scoring good goals, and
Yeah.
then, we're not. It's not like we're getting turned over.
No.
Even against Hull, 3-3-2. Then we still came back and scored one. So yeah, that could be a good one to do. A hat trick a week.
I mean, when was the last time we had 2 different players score a hat-trick in the same season?
Yeah.
I mean, that's another quiz question, but I don't even know the answer myself.
Somebody, I did see the answer to that not long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to join in with this, Chris, this could be quite interesting. We could make quite a lot of money here.
Yeah.
5-1 Keefton Bell to score
That's not a bad shot.
anytime.
I'm going to, off the top of my head here on the spot now, I'm going to go King and probably Marlon King and Chris Wood. Was probably the last time in the same season.
King definitely scored one at Millwall.
Yeah, I don't think that was that season. That was under Chris Houghton when Chris Wood was here.
Who's the lad who got 4? Lingard.
Ziggy.
Lingard.
Lingard.
Yeah.
And was that the season Ziggy's got 4 at Leeds?
No, that was Chris Houghton's season. So it was under Lee Clark. Lingard was here.
Right,
yeah.
So Chris Houghton's season, I know Chris Wood scored a hat-trick, and
Yes.
so did Marlon King. I'm sure he did. He must have done. So that's probably the last time
Yeah.
in a season that we've had 2 different players score a hat-trick.
If we could get,
Camp to drink coffee during the match.
no, but if we could get like one of these PayPal accounts or something set up.
Yeah, I've got one set
But it's
up,
all
yeah.
audited and everything's. Anybody who wants to join in with it, right? But the money goes to charity. No matter what we win, right? The money goes to a charity.
Yeah. We'll set something up during the week.
We'll do 4. We'll do 4. So we'll pick 4 results that weekend.
Shall we start next Monday?
Yeah.
Or should we just do it on Blues? Just do it on every Blues game?
Blues game.
Yeah.
Well, how many corners?
Just like the scorer and the first goal scorer, maybe.
Yeah, there's loads. Corners, bookings.
Yeah.
Both teams to score or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone have a think
We'll
this
sort something
week.
out, for next week.
Listeners, have a think. What's
Yeah.
the best way to go about
Let
it?
the
Just
Just pick a different
Decide.
charity every week
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Do it that way. Yeah.
Well, whichever charity we're supporting that month, if we win it in that month, it goes to
that
them.
charity in that
It's something
month,
we can roll through all to the
Yeah.
season and next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Kev Smith
Glad I
says
thought of
Donaldson, and I can't think of the other player. One was before Christmas and one after.
Lee Hendricks finds seasonal work in a pantomime as one of the dwarves, 2-1 on.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, time has beaten us once again. The Tilton Talk Show is
Has it?
here with you
God
every single
blimey,
Monday night, live on Facebook and on Switch Radio 107.5 FM and DAB Digital Radio across the West Midlands on a Tuesday night, 8 o'clock until whenever it finishes, because we do shorten this version down just
Edit
a little bit and take out all the
Took out the rubbish last 15 minutes.
Well, thanks for making us laugh again tonight, lovelies. It's been an absolute pleasure with you, Chris. Thanks ever so much for
Pleasure,
your company.
thank you.
Paul Hipkiss, nice to beat you again. 1P.
Thank you. Thank you
1P
very much.
Paul. That's
Yeah.
going to be his nickname from now on. 1P Paul. Mrs. Brown. And for myself, keep right on. It's all about Wednesday now. We've forgotten the weekend. It's all done, dusted, and we go again. That is tonight's motto for me. We go again. Good luck to the Blues on Wednesday night against Millwall. And then at home
See you Saturday against Preston.
Yes, Preston, of course, yeah. Okay, so hope to bump into a few of you at the Preston game. In between times, keep safe. If you're going down to Millwall, please behave, and keep right on to the end of the road. Guys, thanks ever so much, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Let's see you in the car, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed road when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.